It has been at least a decade since I started wearing Garmin GPS sports watches, and I've been blessed by the opportunity to review dozens of models on ZDNet. Last fall, Garmin released a watch that came with a launch price $200 lower than its predecessor, and despite watches sporting brilliant AMOLED displays, I purchased one of these for myself, and I keep going back to it for several reasons. Hello everybody, this is Matthew Miller, otherwise known as Palm Solo, and thanks for visiting the Mobile with Matt YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing and leaving comments as I try to respond to all of them. I used a Garmin Enduro 2 for a couple of years, and when I was done testing other watches, I kept coming back to this model. It has gotten pretty beat up over time with my activities, but it is still a fantastic watch. Garmin provided me the opportunity to test the stunning new Fenix 8 AMOLED watch, and that brilliant color display, the speaker for phone calls, and the mic for voice recordings are compelling features, and I plan to talk about those in an upcoming video. However, I purchased my own Garmin Enduro 3, and I keep coming back to it because the always-on memory and pixel display and battery life that never seems to end are just too much for me to resist. It only comes in the 51mm size, but that's perfect for my larger wrists. That $900 price point, which is actually down to $850 on Amazon. So if you're interested in buying it, please consider using my Amazon affiliate link and get it for less than even Garmin is selling it. That price is $200 less than the price that the Enduro 2 launched for in 2022. It's pretty rare to find a watch launch with improved features for less, especially with the rising cost of living. The Garmin Enduro 3 continues with that cool lime green accented right button and those green elements around the bezel. That bezel is titanium with a power sapphire glass display and fiber reinforced polymer body. I love the nylon hook and loop band, and I barely even feel it on my wrist despite its 51mm diameter. The watch has an improved solar charging panel that can provide up to 320 hours in GPS mode with adequate solar. I love wearing it for weeks between charging, even without the solar power. And it is the one watch that must be with me when I travel, since I don't want to have to carry along a charger. That incredible LED flashlight is one major reason you will always find a Garmin on one of my wrists. And honestly, I use it daily for so many reasons. This includes going to the bathroom early in the morning or late at night with the red light activated, finding things in dark corners of the garage or my office where I drop something, and running in the dark of winter. After experiencing that LED flashlight, you won't go back to anything else that doesn't have that LED flashlight. Since this YouTube channel is just a part-time gig for me and I have a full-time job, I can't begin to cover everything that the Enduro 3 can do. So please check out the links that I have below in my description to some of the people who I know who are professional sports watch reviewers who have provided incredibly detailed reviews of this amazing watch. I personally don't even use a majority of the features available to me with the Enduro 3, but it is valuable to me to use as my primary golf watch with the CT10 Club golf sensors. I was able to hit my hole-in-one and tracked it with my Garmin Enduro 3. I use it as my heart rate monitor to broadcast to the Garmin Edge 850 bike computer when I'm on a mountain bike ride or a road ride. I use it to track my hydro rowing, my running, my hiking, and everything else. And when I fly fish, I use the Garmin Enduro 3 to log the exact spot where I caught that fish, so then I know in the future where I had the best luck fishing. And I use it for so much more. Recently, we went down to Lake Tahoe over the holidays, and for the first time in more than 31 years, I went downhill skiing. I used the Garmin Enduro 3 to see the breakdown of my skiing time, the maximum speed that I was able to obtain, which by the way was 31 miles per hour, the time I spent on the lifts, and trails of the ski maps. The Garmin Enduro 3 is an essential everyday tool for me, and that memory and pixel display is perfect too. It's always on, it's easily viewable on that big 51mm diameter, and I prefer it. The Fenix 8 AMOLED is an amazing watch with a brilliant display, but that 1 week to 10 days of battery life just doesn't satisfy me. I'm so used to wearing the Garmin Enduro 3, charging it maybe once a month, and never having to worry about it, and it's always there for me. I have my Spotify music playlist loaded up on the watch, and I often run without a phone, because I can trust the Enduro 3 to track all of the data I need and provide flawless music to motivate me to perform. I even load it up with a Starbucks app, so after my run, I can get a refreshment. The Garmin smartphone application has seen updates over the past year, and I like the new user interface for the most part. You can customize the tabs that are shown and the at-a-glance views. The user interface is also modeled online, so you can dive into all of your data on the big screen of your computer, which is pretty rare nowadays, and we only see that with Coros and Polar for the most part. The Enduro 3 is clearly a large watch, and for some people it may not be that comfortable to sleep with. I would love to see Garmin partner with a smart ring vendor like Aura or Ringcon to bring in sleep data from a ring so you can take the watch off while you sleep, yet still be able to use that sleep data to figure out your recovery, readiness, and other metrics. Currently, I wear both a ring and a watch at the same time to try to capture that data, but I would love for a partnership where you don't have to wear the watch and you can just wear a nice little ring. The Garmin Enduro 3 is a powerful GPS sports watch, and I haven't found anything it cannot do. It has a very long battery life, extensive app store, accurate location tracking and heart rate measurements, superb ecosystem, powerful smartphone application and website, and so much more. Then I can't imagine any other watch knocking this one from my wrist. If you have larger wrists and want the best GPS sports watch, the Garmin Enduro 3 is tough to beat. I think the only thing that's going to be able to knock the Enduro 3 off one of my wrists is maybe the Enduro 4 in a couple of years. And as you can see, I am often wearing two watches, but the Garmin Enduro 3 is always on one wrist, and then different smart watches and GPS sports watches and other watches are often found on my other wrist. But the Garmin Enduro 3 is a great value. It's even less than it was when it first launched. If you are seriously considering a Garmin Enduro 3, I would appreciate it if you'd use my Amazon affiliate link. I get a little something from it, and you get a discounted price from Garmin. Thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe and share. Interact with me here and stay tuned for more coverage of various types of products related to technology and mobility, including e-bikes, wearables, fitness gear, health gear, and more. And may the mobile force be with you.